Here's a little bit of Pastor Jamal Bryant speaking at New Birth Missionary Baptist Church on yesterday. Then I'm going to talk to Nina Turner right after this. Play it.
For the last 18 weeks, we've been boycotting Target. And said there's no way in the world we going into Target where black people were spending $12 million a day. We said to Target, you got to do 4 things in order for us to walk into that store. Is that you got to invest $250 million in the black banks. Number 2, you got to honor what you said to George Floyd's family and invest $2 billion in the black business. Number 3, you got 27 of these stores on white campuses, but not one at a HBCU. You ought to partner with 6 HBCUs with their business programs so that young people will be able to scale their business and do a national franchise. We said to you that you got to reimagine what DEI is, and absolutely 16 weeks later, you didn't deliver to us. Even after we made your stock drop, even after the CEO salary was cut by 42%, even after you lost $12 billion in valuation, but you thought you was going to go around me and go to the National Baptist Convention and sell out for $300,000. Are you crazy to think that we going to sell out for chump change? You must not know who we are. Our Father is rich in houses and land. In 1961, the National Baptist Convention was meeting, and they did not want to support a young preacher from Georgia named Martin Luther King. They said, you speaking too loud about civil rights. We don't want you to do all of that. Just preach and sit down. Don't march. Don't make a stand. Don't challenge the government. And as a consequence, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Gardner Taylor walked out of that church and started the Progressive Baptist Convention, where we come in full circle. And I need you to know it wasn't just the National Baptist of America. It was also the National Baptist of USA. It was also the Missionary Baptist. It was also the Church of God in Christ. And the $300,000 was not per institution. They gave them Negroes $75,000 for them to just sit down and roll over. Not me, Jack. I called the president of the National Baptist Convention. I said, Rev, we can't go out like that. We are selling ourselves short. He said, Jamal, give me a couple of days. Let me get the board together. I said, bro, you can get your board together, but Sunday morning I'm going to the mic and I got to say something. And you got to give me something to work with. He said, Pastor Bryant, give me a couple of days and I will do it. I said, you got 1 week to send me in writing that the Baptist Convention stands with the boycott, stands with the oppressed, stands with the marginalized, stands with the nameless and faceless people who are on the front line. $75,000. Baptist Convention, I'll write you a check. You can't sell yourself out for $75,000. Something has got to break. Over the last couple of weeks, Target been playing in my face. Been hiring internet influencers to go online, rappers and artists and athletes to play and to broadcast outside of Target and in Target, thinking we ain't gonna say nothing. But you ain't got to talk directly to me. All you got to do is watch the rerun of The Color Purple. Until you do right by me, nothing you do is gonna work. We will break Target, we will break Dollar General, and we will break any company that doesn't honor our dignity while they trying to take our dollar. The devil is a lie. Something gotta break. I do not have ire with the black church because I recognize the fingerprints of satanic principality. It is the intention of the enemy for us to fight each other. I am not declaring war on any of those Baptist conventions. I am declaring war of the spirit of division. Come on, y'all ain't saying nothing to me. White supremacy takes delight at us fighting one another. But if we learn how to stand together as one, we are a undefeatable force. The old Negro spiritual was walk together, children. Don't you get weary. Do you understand how powerful we would be if black people would just stick together and stop stabbing each other in the back and live with love of Jesus Christ?
Folks, showing me right now, Nina Turner. She's the founder of We Are Somebody. You go to wearesomebody.org. They put this graphic here. I go to my iPad. I put them on blast Friday, those black denominations. After that press release, they put this on social media. They're handling Strike for All. At the Target boycott continues. And I made this point. I'm going to make it again. I'm going to make it again. I need people to understand that Jamal Bryant is not the leader of the Target boycott. Nina Turner is not the leader of the Target boycott. Tamika Mallory is not the leader of the Target boycott. Nakima Levy Armstrong is not the leader of the boycott. These are all individuals who are part of the Target boycott. And that's important, Nina, because we understand how folk have to work together, because one group, one organization, one denomination can't do it. But and guess what? People do different things. And so Nakima and her group in Minneapolis are doing their thing. You, Tamika, and Jamal are doing y'all thing, and other folk are doing their thing. But what cannot happen is when you have these groups go meeting under the guise of they represent millions of black people negotiating on behalf of black people, and they ain't talked to black people.
That's exactly right, Ro. I mean, just listening to your soliloquy, you laying it out between you and Pastor Bryant. I mean, I was just, hopefully your crew don't think I'm crazy, because I was amening and almost shouting. We got to tell the truth, and we have to expose this. Now, anybody can be redeemed. And I am hoping that the National Baptist Convention USA and all the others who were involved in this will have a moment, an epiphany moment, and ask for that forgiveness. As you said, I mean, you all up in my notes. I feel the same way, that they should apologize to the black community, give that money back, and join forces with us so that we can be a greater and stronger force. Your point about this movement is much bigger than any one individual. Certainly the spark was led by certain individuals, but the movement itself wouldn't be as successful as it is in terms of what Reverend Dr. Jamal Bryant enumerated in terms of the CEO cuts, the traffic cuts, the stock, all of that. That is because millions of people in this country, sparked by black people, have decided that they are not going to go to Target. And so this is a grassroots bubbling up all across this country.
Yeah, and the thing here is that people have to, again, understand no boycott is successful without the people. None. Right. So you need the people. So if you make a move like the National Baptist Convention USA, like Kojic, like the Missionary Group of America, then you need the people, not one person, not a couple of folks negotiating. On what authority are you actually negotiating on behalf of the people? What offends me is the statement they put out talking about you got $300,000 and how you going to use that to help senior citizens, scholarships, and entrepreneurial programs, when the very boycott is about advocating for existing black-owned businesses. You don't need to go create an entrepreneurial program when there's one right now.
There are also a program that's going to run out of money. I mean, as you said, even before you divide it, that $300,000 was really comes up to really nothing.
$100,000 a denomination.
It's worse than Judas and the 30 pieces of silver. I mean, at least Judas even got a little more than what they've gotten. But even if we put that aside, $300,000 for the type of programs that you're naming is not enough. We're trying to build generational wealth here, not the penny here and a penny there. It really makes no sense whatsoever that they would do that. But Ro, you and Dr. Bryant, look, y'all done took it to the streets. It is my hope that this does not become a personality driven, that the people involved in this will understand that they made a mistake. Ask for forgiveness, let's get redemption, and let's come together and do something real for our people.
From Dr. Boyce Kimber, president of the National Baptist Convention. The National Baptist Convention USA highlights Target Corporation's partnership during National Convention in Montgomery, Alabama. I'm just going to read the press release to you guys. The National Baptist Convention USA is committed to ensuring that corporations that do business in our communities give back to and help rebuild and stabilize neighborhoods. The partnership with Target Corporation is based on our shared commitment to community empowerment through small businesses and entrepreneurship, development, investment in education and student support, and workforce and skill development unlocks growth across the communities. The NBC USA has been clear about our expectations that Target senior leadership have responded in a very positive way. We are working on a 3-year plan that will be very beneficial to the African American community. If I thought Target was not sincere in their commitment to the African American community, I would be the first one to pick at the picket lines. Our communications with Target has been at the highest level, and we are continuing that dialogue. With the federal government making deep cuts in education, healthcare, and other essential services, we know the Black church will be called upon to stand in the gap. Our outreach programs serving both our congregations and the broader community must be fully resourced and to respond to the needs. I am proud to say that we will answer the call. Target's generous donation will help us provide scholarships, support senior citizens, and invest in entrepreneurship programs to uplift our communities and the future. The church must be a beacon that meets the spiritual and physical needs of our membership. Through partnership and with corporations like Target, we are better positioned to fulfill that mission. The NBC USA remains steadfast in our commitment to holding corporations accountable to ensure African Americans receive equitable opportunities in contracting, employment, and other vital areas of investment. The National Baptist Convention USA was founded in 1886 and is the nation's oldest and largest African American religious convention with over 31,000 churches and 7.5 million members. All right, so we're going to go straight to the panel on this. So it sounds like Target is working with the National Baptist Convention to come to a resolution on this year-long boycott. As many people know, the Trump administration, when they came in, did this massive rollback of what they call DEI, but what is really civil rights. They turned the clock back on many of the gains we've made when it comes to civil rights, and many corporations we saw folded, Target being one of them, getting rid of many of their diversity programs. If you went into a Target this week, you'll notice the Juneteenth exhibit was a whole lot smaller than it was a year ago, cutting back on affinity groups, etc. But Target is one of the corporations that's really been affected by the boycott movement, and it appears they're making movement potentially in a direction of supporting the community. So I'm going to go to the panel. Michael, what's your take on this?
Well, this is breaking news, and I'm trying to find an article on it, so not having been able to really read it. It sounds like there's going to be a rift between the National Baptist Convention and Pastor Jamal Bryant and his movement, because he said recently that they're going to keep the boycott of Target going. He said that he laid out 4 things on the agenda that he wanted Target to agree to. They agreed to the $2 billion in investment in Black-owned businesses, but the other 3 they didn't agree to. So for the National Baptist Convention, it sounds like now they struck a deal with Target to now somehow help Black-owned businesses. It sounds like this is going to come to a head, and this is going to cause a rift in the African-American community and cause confusion also.
And Zachary, on that point, I can already see this is breaking news. I read it in real time. I was reading it at the same time y'all were hearing it. But it sounds like we're going to be a lot of discussion on this, particularly in social media and online. What's your take on this?
Everything that the devil stole, God is going to give it back to me and my community. I don't care what Target is doing to try to fix and mend these bridges. It is going to, until they give us every single thing that they've taken away from all marginalized communities, there will be, I will never shop there again. It's not going to happen. And I will continue to boycott and continue to call for our brothers and sisters to do that boycott, because that boycott is working and it's sending a national message. 12.4 billion in market value decrease, 3% drop from quarter to quarter, 5.7 drop year over year earnings. The earning impact down 36% compared to the previous year. Stock performance has fallen nearly 30%. Leadership impact, their CEO having taken a 43% cut. This is the power of the black dollar at play. So they can go to any convention they want to go to. They can appeal in any way they want to appeal, get down on their knees and pray. Until they do right by me and mine, they will continue to fail.
And Matt, you know, I think when people hear this, they're going to say, well, what are the details? What exactly is Target agreeing to do? They've got the National Baptist Convention on their side. Do you think we should give them at least an opportunity to hear them out? Or should we keep the boycott going regardless and expand it if nothing else?
No, I think we should take the words of our boy Future, chase a check, because that's what they did. They chased the check. This is about a check, and this is about Target wanting to improve its image. I don't think we should hear them out, and I'm disappointed that the National Baptist Convention did this. I mean, I understand that everybody has its own self-interest, but one, to create the rift that I think Michael is talking about, when you have the momentum that Dr. Zach is talking about, at least at this juncture, to me seems to be unnecessary. It seems like they tried to sanitize it by saying, you know, look, we understand that this donation is going to be necessary with some of the rollback and some of that. Nah, forget that, because what happened is Target messed around and found out, and now they're trying to clean up their image, and they're writing a big check to the National Baptist Convention. And when you take that check, it affects your credibility. So no, I don't think we should give them a pass. Whether that should be an interminable boycott is a different conversation, but I'm not saying, oh, it's okay because you wrote a big check, because you shouldn't be having to write a big check if you had put your money where your mouth was on your, you know, commitment to DEI.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about this with Congressman Jackson later, who's been working in Congress on dealing with some of these DEI issues.
Hopefully you learned a lot. This is a post that I did a few years ago dealing with Juneteenth, because after the death, after George Floyd was murdered, May 25th, 2020, that next month, Juneteenth was celebrated, and a lot of people learned about Juneteenth. A lot of African Americans learned about it who really didn't know about it, especially up north, because we were dealing with COVID. A lot of people were home, and Juneteenth took on a new meaning. I did this post on Facebook. I said reparations, the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, voting rights, etc., are all connected to Juneteenth and the history of what happened after the Civil War. Okay, America needs a massive history lesson. So happy Juneteenth, happy Texas Emancipation Day, Jubilee Day, Freedom Day, and the fight continues. Hopefully you learned a lot from this presentation. You can support the African History Network, $, the AHN show through Cash App. Visit my website, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com, and just scroll down the page. We have information. We have my bundle pack of my lectures, 15 DVD bundle pack, and it's in digital download format. African History Awakens the African Mind for Mental Death. But also you can register for my online classes that I teach as well, Ancient Kemet, the Moors, and the Ma'afa, Understanding the Transatlantic Slave Trade, what they didn't teach you in school. You can download the lesson plan here. I do that on Saturdays, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But we also have my PayPal and Cash App information here. Okay. So this helps us keep doing the research, stay on the air, keep broadcasting, and you can click on the link here. This is our Cash App account, $, the AHN show. It'll say Michael. It'll probably show my picture there. These other ones are fake African History Network Cash App accounts. They've been stealing money from us. I'm still trying to get them shut down. When you click on our link here, this is our QR code for Cash App as well. So you can scan that if you want to support us. We definitely need the support that helps us keep doing the research, stay on the air, keep broadcasting, etc. And then also for PayPal, paypal.me/the AHN show. All right. Well, look, we have to get out of here. Remember, at the African History Network, we focus on educating, empowering, and inspiring people of African descent throughout the diaspora and around the world, because right now it's corrects wrong behaviors. Not over till we win. Wakanda forever. We'll talk to you next time. Peace. Thanks for watching today. Thanks for the birthday wishes as well. Okay. I guess 54 years went by quickly, I guess. So I don't feel any different today. I've lost, 35 pounds in the last couple of years, so I can fit back into clothes I haven't been able to fit back into in years. I worked out this morning, so I'm staying in shape. Okay. All right.